And welcome to Spider-Man Gunport's channel. This time we're going to work on Lifeforce. One of my favorite games. Yeah, after I'm done cleaning it, scrubbing it down, getting those contact pads to a mere polished finish, we will test it out inside the control deck. I had no idea what to expect, and oh yeah, I definitely needed to take this one apart and clean it. I don't know if that's going to polish up to be a mirror, but we'll certainly try. Okay. Oh, this is a different type of... Oh, that's a neat one. I have not seen this before. The layout of the PCB. That is very cool, very cool. Awesome. Okay. Let's scrub her down, clean her up, and get started. So it's a hot one. It was a hot one last night. It's a hot one today. You know, like, it feels like it at least. It was like 99. Felt like 99 yesterday. But at least yesterday, I managed to get some stuff done. Sorry, I'm taking a look at the board real quick to make sure that there's no corrosion or anything. Okay. Sanitize it real quick. Get that grimy cart to board line. You know, that spot where a cleaner, those clean things don't get. They can't reach that area. That's why it's best just to take them apart and clean them. And so my day was going fairly decent. Like yesterday, I installed a water barrel up to my home on the one side for a gutter. And yeah, it's a significant improvement from what I've been having to deal with. You know, like for cleanup, because my water likes to, like my basement likes to flood. So that's a good one there. That is really. I'm sorry, this board is just really fascinating to me. This one's layout. I'm letting it dry too, Alright. Anyway. Yeah, sorry, the heat's really getting to me, so if I'm going to be stuttering and having any issues with this particular cleanup on this cart, just gotta bear with me. It's just, part of the process. I'm not going to try to talk too much, because it's just going to be like a garbled mess. Yeah, it was so hot in here last night too. My air conditioner turned into a swamp cooler again, or an evaporative cooler. It got so much water inside of it. Okay. Got that part done. Let's talk about Lifeforce a little bit here. Like I said earlier, I absolutely love this game. This game is incredible. It's a huge improvement over, Gradius. at least this one, you can play 2-player at the same time on the screen, and there's like, I've never had a problem with fighting for resources or anything like that in the game with my second player. I suppose you may have an issue with that later in the game, but I never had an issue with it. There's so many ways to level up your character, and by the time that you already leveled up, somebody else has already lost all theirs, and they're going to need them again, and it's just like, yeah, it was a fun but brutal game. I have my code videos up if you're interested in watching it. I believe it's from 2018, 2017, somewhere around there, a few years back. I made a code video for Lifeforce, since I've had this game for a long time. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and get her all cleaned up. Get all that media off of here. Woo-woo. Okay, I'm back. Playing Lifeforce 2-player, it was just awesome. Like I said, you can only get so far in the game. It's just like, I know, and I think one of my favorite parts is that you can still do the what they call the Konami code, or the full option command code. I thought that was very cool. And it's like, you know how many consoles and how many gaming devices have Gradius or Lifeforce or Salamander on it? It's pretty impressive. As I was doing some research and stuff, I found that there's actually a version on the MSX. I think that I was like, I'd love to have myself an MSX, you know, or the turbo version of it. Yeah, MSX2R Plus or something like that, or Turbo. Just give me 1 second here. It's a bit. It was on there. Yeah, I think this cartridge is going to be a non-mirror polished version of contact pads. I'll get it as clean as I possibly can, and at least it'll be playable. Remember, that's the whole objective here, is to get these games to be playable again, and to get all this grinding stuff off of it, so that you're not, so at least that I'm not reintroducing it back onto my, or into my consoles. That control deck is awesome after I cleaned it. Yeah, I really like these cotton buds. These bamboo ones, they are awesome. It's like a lot less effort. And I don't have to press so hard against the PCB to get the media off of it. I think this is the best that we're going to get for restoration on it. Unless I sanded it with a wet sanding. I don't know, it's not too bad. We've seen other carts with this dull haze to them too, where they're just never going to be mirror polished again. So looks good though. This one looks pretty gnarly. You know, again with the H and the V, well, where the H is actually right here, the solder blob on the H, but the V is left open. We've seen other carts that have both of them open, where they're not bridged, and I just kind of curious as to what's that about. I might do some research on that and figure that out. I think that'd be neat. Be a little more informed. I'll be back to 1986. Miwu's being a good girl. For those of you that don't know who Miwu is, that is my cat. Just my fur baby. Alright, I'm going to change this eraser out. I think this one's going to be pretty much spent. A bit too long. There we go. Sorry, clean up a little bit of the debris here. Yeah, I'm just absolutely fascinated by the chipset on this particular board. One second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I may have to compare it between this one and the other cart. There might be two different, or multiple different chipsets. That'd be cool if I, find out. Yeah, today I woke up with a migraine again, and I'm like, kind of moving slow. And then it felt like it went away, but I still think I'm dragging along with it. So, that's the whole point of doing this, is to be therapeutic, so I can get some, I would say, yeah, I can't even figure out the word that I was going to use. Some productivity during the day, or productivity during the day, doing something productive with my time, not just sitting around and, kind of moping about. Trying to see if I can get this side at least a little bit better than the other side. There we go, I got that really nice long piece of media there. Okay, give me a second, I'm going to clean up. Alright, I'm back. This is working really well. Not bad, not bad at all. Alright, looking good. Put this one back together again and turn to the next one. See you in a little bit. I'm back. This is the one that needs to be cleaned. This is the one I just cleaned. So let's turn to this one. Actually, let me get that right quick. I see a spot that needs to be touched up immediately. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Get this little area up in here too. You know, you get all those fingerprints. Oh, is that Cheeto red residue? Oh no, it's Doritos. Cooler Ranch, the old bag from the, you know, the 90s. I can smell a faint whiff of Crystal Pepsi on it too. Crystal Pepsi. Yes, I said it. I went there, man. Oh man. Oh, let's see what this one looks like. Oh, it's just as gnarly. I think this one, the board's just as cool though. You know, it's the same thing. I don't know if you guys want to do a side by side, but yeah, I think it's the same thing. That is cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and just start scrubbing on it and cleaning it up. Yeah, there really wasn't that many co-op games out there. You know, when I was growing up playing these Nintendo cartridges, I played a lot of Snake, Rattle, and Roll. I know while I was playing something like I was playing this one too, but I would play Snake, Rattle, and Roll, RC Pro-Am. There's just a long list of games that I would play because it was two-player and I didn't have to take turns. You know, like, or you know, Contra. Everybody loved Contra. I love Contra. Contra's really, really good. Another with the, you know, the full option, but you get the 30 lives with that one. Yeah, you got that one down really, really good. Actually, speaking of Contra, I think I might be doing Contra 1, Super C, and maybe the third one for the Super Nintendo, Super Contra, Super C, or Super Contra 3, something like that. If I find a decent one, I'll pick it up off my favorite buy site, and then I'll have at least a set. I believe I have a version of it on the PlayStation 2, if I'm not mistaken, but that one is so brutal hard that you'll see what I'm talking about if I do have it. I'll dig for it. But speaking of these games, these shoot 'em ups, the side-scroller shooters, the PlayStation 2 version of Gradius 3, awesome. But Gradius 4, woo, that is a tough, brutal game. Just getting through the first stage. If anybody's ever played the game, you would know what I'm talking about. Trying to get through that first stage it's something else, man. It's like, especially when the game doesn't want you to beat it. Yeah, I just don't think that these contact pads are gonna come out shiny anymore. It's gonna be kind of dull, you know, like abrasive, dull, like this has been brushed across with a piece of sandpaper, but not the appropriate type of sandpaper. You have the brushed metal look instead of having it to be a mirror polish on it. It's just brushed metal. Yeah. I'm thinking I could probably get this to be polished up nicely if I used the right sandpaper and proper grits and make sure that it was wet. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. No, thank you. Just letting it dry for a little bit. I don't want it to get all like caked up. Yes, I have my safety glasses on. Remember, safety is paramount. Man, migraine's coming back for real. Oh, it's so hardcore. And the reason why I know it is that it starts affecting my speech patterns right away. That's why I'm not narrating as much. Or commentary. A lot less commentary. It was so nice to get that water barrel installed for my gutters. I'll have to put the other one in at a later date. But yeah, what a dramatic difference just one of those will do for your home. Okay, here we go. Eraser media, all that breath residue. Ugh. I was gonna say that this is the other bit that I have. Like this is the 3.8 right here is for the cartridges, while the 4.5 is for the console, at least for the Super Nintendo. So if you're looking for those particular bits, that's the sizes that you may need if you want to service these yourself. I like being able to get 2 carts done in the same day too. It's really nice. I'll be feeling much better tomorrow. I think today is just one of those days. Kind of dragging. Alright, give me a second. Alright, I am back. Let's see if this will shine up now. I think that would rock if it does. I think it just seems like this one's got a little bit of a dielectric grease or something on it, or a contact cleaner of some sort. You're like in between these. Yeah. It's all good though, man. It's all cleaned up. This one seems like it's being particularly difficult to clean off. It's just being particularly difficult to clean off. It might be something to do with the humidity level too. Alright, I'm going to point something out that I'm just noticing now. I don't know if anybody else sees it, but Nintendo must have known about this particular board line right here. Because look at that solder mask, how much more thicker it is. If you can get to it. Right where that... I believe that's exactly where the actual cartridge meets the board. And it's missing on a lot of the other more revised versions of them. Is that a cost-effective thing, or did they just stop, adding that to it? to save a few bucks, a couple cents, you know, couple pennies on the actual cart when they make it. I don't know. It's making me wonder. It's like, because here, sorry, I don't mean to bump the camera. I'm trying to get a little closer to it. Because that's oh yeah, and this solder joint right here on this one right here isn't even complete. It's missing some of it. I don't know if it needs to be done or not, but you can see that or not. It's a bare board. Or is it? I don't know. It looks like it. Looks like a couple of these need to be retouched up on it. At least this board. The other one was fine. But this one has that noticeable solder mask, or yeah, this mask across here. That say the other carts that we've opened up do not have, and I've actually had to add my own version of no chip or conformal coatings on it to give it that barrier to keep it from having it happen in the future again and again. This board's all around neat looking anyway. I don't know if anybody else is noticing it, but those are that's a neat layout versus the other carts where they have a standardization, where they look standard. This one is like way different. Much like the Mega Man 2, where its pins are you know, clipped off. You know, the pads, they're a little bit shortened. I was like, what's up with that? I believe there was a couple other games that we had that we've seen that as well. Alright, I think that's as shiny as it's going to get. No mirror polish finish on this one. Yeah, we're good though. Alright, let's work on the other side. That looks troublesome right there. See where it's brought up some? It's like manufacturing. When they're cutting the board free from, you know, the sheet of boards, or whatever they call that, a die or something like that, where the PCBs were cut, like these little pieces right here. This was done like that, and it came up. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to save you guys from this side. The video's already being long enough, so I will see you in a few. We're going to go ahead and put this back together and try both carts in the console for a little bit and see how they play. All scrubbed. Got it all done. Yeah, this one's got a little bit of an issue on the board here. I'll show you in a second. And that looks wonderful. But two sections of damage on the board. Some right down here where it's flapped up, and right over here where it's flapped up too. And that was manufactured that way. That's not from use. Those from these pieces being snipped off or snapped off the way they were. Yeah, you see that? Anyway, let's go ahead and play the game real quick. This time, Lifeforce. Game enhancer. I'm pretty happy with the contact pads on these. Both the carts. They turned out decent enough. You know, got this one right here. So, let's see here what game enhancer codes we should use. Lifeforce. Okay. Got it. And then on this page 2. Yep. Alright, so do we want infinite lives, or do we want like let's keep weapons after death and start with force field and options? What do you think about that? I think that sounds like a really good code combination. Let's see. Okay, keep weapons after death. And what would you like? Start with force field? I think that sounds like a good idea. Especially if you kick the bucket, you'd always have your force field, right? Or do you just start with it? Makes you wonder. And then, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put in for infinite lives. There's about 30 lives, so we know that works. We know starting the game with force field works. To make the game fun. I have not played this game in a long time, so bear with me if I, don't make it very far. So much for keeping your items. I mean, namely your force field. So I really don't mind the upscaler. put a link in the description box below if anybody's interested in what I'm using. There's the slowdown. I don't know how I'm surviving all this. I really don't. We'll just say that it's the upscalers that, the upscalers doing it. definitely worth it. Looks like you only keep your missiles too. Missiles and laser. Okay. Just wait for the flares to come up and get me. Like that. What a fantastic looking game. No wonder why the cart looks so neat. You know, the PCB on it? Sorry, I never said I was good at the game. Making sure it plays always, you know, or plays well. And so far, it's playing perfect. I just wish that I was able to get that mirror polish finish on them. Like some of the other carts that we've been cleaning and stuff, it's the same thing. You're just never going to get it that effect. How long is the video so far? Okay, we're good yet. A couple more minutes. Okay, I think that'll do it for this particular cartridge. Let's check the other card out, make sure it's running fine too. You know, since I cleaned them both up, go ahead and check the other one out. Alright. Good enough. Alright. So both cartridges are working wonderful. They're both nice and clean now. Let's put them on the shelf and keep them for safekeeping. It's hot. Oh, take care, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Happy gaming.